So we all talk about propaganda, right? Everything right now feels like propaganda. Even our own trusted news stations aren't even reporting on the truth on what's happening in Gaza. So now we're starting to question everything. But there's one thing that's never changed. Anger is money. If you can get people angry and riled up at something, you can make money. And that goes for the big war machine as well as the little TikTok user. You're going to see people on this app and they're going to do lives and they're going to have some extravagant quote on the screen. You know, like adoption is immoral or schmabortion is schmurder. But you're also going to see people on the far left too. Feminists who do lives that challenge all the men to argue with them. There's a couple things that I want to point out about these. First of all, if you don't think a bunch of people got together as a group of friends and one guy did a live and his other two buddies logged in from his phones and pretended to be the opposition so they could argue in their live to get the viewer count up and then suck you in, now you have 3 far left or far right creators manipulating you into thinking the way they want you to think, or at least into making a mistake and saying something that you shouldn't have said. They half the time don't even believe the prompts that they've got on the screen. They're doing it for views and clicks and likes. So just disengage. Those people are not there to learn. Those people are not going to be convinced of what you say. They're there deliberately to make money or get success or get views or validation for no other reason. If you're in a live or listening to a live of any sort and suddenly there's argument and banter back and forth and it's extremely harmful rhetoric, leave the live. Because the more you stay there and the more you engage with them, the more viewers get to that live and the more people will see the fighting. And if these are the kind of creators that make lives like this, honestly, I would just go and block them right off the bat. Another thing I'd like to point out is now that you've joined that live and have started arguing with somebody, they take your names down. They know who you are. And now they will troll your videos and your comments to make sure they harass you. So if the argument looks too good to be true and you think, oh, I could destroy that person, just resist the urge. They're not worth your time because no matter what you say and how much truth you bring, they weren't planning to hear it in the first place. Listen to the people who are calmer and are trying to make a point without hurting someone. Because I think the time for arguing is over. It's now the time to build and learn and grow together. Those are the content creators you should be watching for. I'm going to tag a few creators that I think are really important. We need to learn about racism. We need to learn about SA. We need to learn about the struggles of the Indigenous. We need to learn about children in the adoption system. We need to learn about environmental regulations. We need to learn about the LGBTQ community and the trans community. We need to learn about feminism and the patriarchy. We need to learn about fascism and dictatorship. There's so much to do to make this world a better place. Don't waste it on arguing with people who weren't ever going to listen. Use your power to move us forward. Don't be stuck with those guys. They're determined to stay in the past. That's what they're fighting so hard for. It's our time to shine. Let's grow together.